Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. Thank you for stopping by. We are in the kitchen today. We're going to be starting this video with a homemade pecan pie that does not use corn syrup. We are baking this for my in-laws, Paul's parents, so let's get right to it. Now, those of you who know me and follow our channel know that I am pie crust challenged. So yes, this is a frozen pie crust. ShopRite had 2 frozen pie crusts for $1.99. The aggravation it's going to save me is worth that. This is a tip I always love to share. I don't like presenting a pie that is in a metal tin. So what I do is I take this frozen pie crust out just for about 3 minutes. Let it sit on the counter. Then what I do is gently take it out, just put it in a glass pie plate, and no one knows the difference. So we're going to set this aside for a minute and let's make our pie filling. First thing I did was preheat my oven to 350 degrees. You're going to need 2 eggs, 1 cup of chopped pecans, cup of brown sugar, about 1/2 cup of whole pecans, teaspoon of vanilla extract, tablespoon of milk, tablespoon of flour, and 1/2 cup, which is 1 stick of melted butter that has been cooled. And that is it. So we have our 2 eggs here, and I am just going to whisk these together until they're incorporated. Now I'm going to add the 1 cup of brown sugar, the 1 tablespoon of flour, and the melted butter. Now we're just going to whisk this together as well. What's so wonderful about this recipe is that these are ingredients, other than the pecans, that I always have on hand. I don't keep corn syrup in the house. When I stumbled upon this one, it has been a family favorite now for quite some time. Just want to make sure it's all incorporated. Now we're going to add our 1 tablespoon of milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And again, we're just going to mix this together. You can see what beautiful consistency this is. We add our 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. We're just going to fold that in. And now we're just going to pour this wonderful filling right into the crust. This pie literally takes about 5 minutes to make. And as I always tell you, make sure you scrape your bowl. This is a regular pie crust. This is not a deep dish pie crust. And now I am going to let Paul take over because he's the artistic one. And I'm just going to have him arrange the pecans in a way that he think would be really pleasing to look at.
Really pleasing to look at. Well, let's see.
Ta-da! He has definitely got the eye. I'm going to set this pie aside for just 1 minute and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to do a little Thanksgiving prep while I'm cooking my mother and father-in-law's pie. I'm going to roast this bag of mixed nuts in the shell. I always serve mixed nuts, dates, figs, and fresh fruit after our Thanksgiving meal before the sweet desserts come out. I'm going to be roasting these while I bake the pie, so this is going to work out perfectly. If you've never roasted nuts in the shell, they are a decadent, wonderful treat. It just enhances the flavor so much. The pie's got to go into the oven at 350 degrees for 10 minutes, and then we're going to lower the temperature. So I'm going to put the nuts in for 10 minutes as well. We put the nuts and the pie in together at 350 degrees for 10 minutes. Now I just removed the nut. The pie is still in the oven. Now I lowered it to 300. I'm going to turn these gently. Now the oven is down to 300. The pie needs to cook for another 50 minutes approximately. I will link the original recipe down below, but I am following some of the reviews to lower the temperature on that pie. Now I'm going to put the nuts in at 300 for about another 10 minutes. But if you were to do these by themselves, you could do 350 for about 7 minutes, take them out, flip them, and then another 8 minutes. These just came out of the oven and they smell toasty. Now we're just gonna let them cool completely. Oh, how perfect the pecan pie came out. The filling, because we used a regular pie crust and not a deep dish pie crust, came right up to the edge. We did end up baking it on a cookie sheet. It looks amazing. We're going to let it cool now, and then we're going to go take it to Paul's parents and spend some time with them. This pecan pie must be kept refrigerated. We thank you for sharing this time with us. A very blessed and a happy Thanksgiving from Paul and I.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
And we'll see you Friday.